Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, in this session we will present one of the roles of nuclear technology in food sector. The reason we choose the topic of nuclear in food sector is that food is one of the important aspect of human life. Therefore, it is necessary to study the role of technology to develop the quality of these foods. One of the technologies used in is nuclear technology to develop food irradiation. We will present the meaning of food irradiation, the method of this technology, its application in life, the development of technology, the legalities of the global in general and Indonesia in particular, as well as the positive and negative public responses to food irradiation. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce ourselves. There are 6 members of this group. First, Faradila Ayu Septiana, then Galuh Lithuayu, Huga Dhiaulhaq, Rifdah Indriani Susanto, Tazkiya Syahidha, and last is myself, Anang Kurnia Hidayat. Let's start our presentation.
What is food irradiation? Food irradiation is a process exposing food to ionizing irradiations, such as gamma rays emitted from radioisotopes. The potential application of the ionizing radiation in food processing is based on the fact that the ionizing radiation damage is very effectively in the DNA, so that the living cells become unactivated. According to Codex General Standards CAC 2003, ionizing radiations for food are produced from limited high-energy photons to much smaller extent. High-energy electron beams are produced by electron acceleration machines. X-ray production starts with high-energy electron, which will be converted to an electromagnetic X-ray called Bremsstrahlung. According to Farkas 2004, these types of irradiations are chosen because they produce the desired food preservative effects. They do not induce radioactivity in foods or packaging materials, and they are available in quantities and causes that allow commercial use of irradiation process.
Irradiation targeted food. On fresh fruits and vegetables, irradiation at low and medium dose levels can effectively reduce microbial counts, which can enhance safety, inhibit sprouting to extend shelf life, and eliminate or sterilize insect pests, which can serve to facilitate trade between countries. In some countries, the irradiation is used to reduce the bioburden on dehydrated vegetables, herbs, spices, and seasonings. The report below by Gaopeng, China, shows the extent of irradiation used in China for plant-based foods. In Vietnam, frozen cut vegetables such as eggplants, corned beans, red pumpkins, destined for export are treated at 2 until 4 kilograms according to Miss Don Tittle of Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam.
Why choose nuclear technology? Considering the increasing cost of oil and natural gas and the enormous environmental pressure resulting from coal consumption, nuclear energy is an invaluable strategic option for China. Nuclear power plants can produce a huge power by consuming a few nuclear fuels. For example, an 1,000 megawatt fossil power plant burns about 2 million TCI of coal annually, while a nuclear plant of comparable capacity consumes about 119 tons of natural uranium as fuel, it can be seen that nuclear power generation will directly reduce fossil fuel consumption and alleviate the pressure on the environment caused by coal consumption because nuclear energy is clean without greenhouse gas emission.
What is gamma ray? Gamma rays are electromagnetic waves with extremely short wavelengths, shorter than X-rays, and with correspondingly higher photon energies. They are not caused by the rearrangement of electrons within an atom. Rather, they are generated by change in the nuclei of atoms. Change due to nuclear decay process where a nucleus changes internally and releases energy. Their energies correspond to binding energies of nucleons in the nucleus. We can generate gamma rays by assembling concentrated masses of radioactive material or by using powerful particle accelerators to accelerate electrons to very high energies and then smash them into a targeted material, causing nuclear processes to occur.
So why we use and choose the gamma ray for food irradiation? It's because gamma rays are the preferred source of radiation for food because of their penetrating capability and high effectiveness in inactivating a wide diversity of microorganisms. According to Collado et al., in the field of mycotoxicology, gamma radiation is known to exert a direct action on mycotoxins by degrading them under certain conditions. And it has an indirect action through the inhibition or delay of fungal development.
Methods of gamma irradiation use. A panoramic wet source storage irradiation is a controlled human access irradiation in which the radioactive source is stored and fully sealed in a pool of water when it's not used. The source is exposed within a radiation room that is kept inaccessible during operation by means of an entry control system.
And for the safety aspect must be considered in close conjunction with toxicological studies of irradiated foods. In a food irradiation facility, the amount of energy or dust absorbed by a food product is determined by a set speed. In a controlled environment, the food itself never comes into direct contact with the source of radiation. Exposing food to higher doses of radiation can lead to some of the components becoming radioactive. In some study involving ground beef, induced radioactive was absorbed after exposure to X-ray produced by 7.5 megaelectron-volt electrons. And however, the induced activity was significantly lower than the natural radioactivity in food sector. And also, in Asian countries such as have specialty in mangoes that cannot withstand phytosanitary procedure such as hot water treatment, the mangoes need to be irradiated to ensure the elimination of pests in the high of radiation itself.
There are some comparison between nuclear technology and other technology. The impact of nuclear technology are, first, does not create residual or impart radioactivity in the process. Second, complete penetration can be achieved depending on the thickness of the materials, and then supply energy saving, and it needs no chemical or heat dependencies. Next, better assurance of product sterility than filtration and aseptic processing. And the last, no residue like ETO leaves behind. We choose thermal technology as the example of other technology because thermal is conventional technology that usually used for food irradiation. There are some impact of the thermal technology. First, this process not only extends shelf life of the food but also affect its nutritional quality. And then strong temperature depends of bacteria in activation as compared to the rate of quality destruction.
Global legalitas. Global legalitas in United States, issues pertaining to irradiation of food products are governed by the Food and Drug Administration or FDA. According to the Food Additive Amendment to the Federal Food, Drug and Cosmetic Act of 1958, irradiation falls under the category of an additive. The Food Additive Amendment states that food may be considered adulterated if irradiated intentionally unless the irradiation is carried out by abiding to the regulations that prescribe safe use. The amendment pertaining to irradiation deals with safety issues such as radiological safety, toxicological safety, microbial safety, and nutritional adequacy. Several studies have repeatedly covered that doses of irradiation used by sterilization of food products are too low to induce any detectable radioactivity. The FDA recommends food irradiation as a safe practice and has fixed Rifdah and JVL Food Chemistry issues a proposal for the use of irradiation. Accordingly, fruits and vegetables can be exposed to dust greater than 1 kilogram to control or remove insect, pests, and other arthropods and inhibit sprouting and ripening so that the freshness is maintained. Furthermore, irradiation of poultry should not exceed 3 kilograms to control foodborne pathogens. For refrigerated and frozen meat, the recommended dose of irradiation to remove pathogens are 4.5 kilograms and 7 kilograms respectively. Dehydrated enzymes can be treated with dose up to 10 kilograms to control microorganisms. Spices and seasoning may undergo irradiation with dose that not exceeds 30 kilograms to control microorganisms. Under labeling requirement, the FDA mandates the manufacturer to inform the consumer if a food product has been irradiated because the process may bring change to the product. Accordingly, irradiated food product must wear the Radura symbol and should be labeled treated with radiation or treated by radiation. However, food that have added ingredients that have been irradiated need to special labeling. In the European Union has established strict regulation in relation to the control irradiated food. The European Parliament passed the Framework Directive 1999 2EC, which deals with all basic aspects of food that has been treated with ionizing radiation. The the European Union regulation makes it necessary for any food item that has undergone irradiation to be labeled irradiated or treated by ionizing radiation so that consumers can make an informed choice. Furthermore, each European Union member state is supposed to forward the result of checks performed at irradiation facilities. Validated and standardized methods of analysis have been approved by the European Union that the member states are supposed to implement and follow. The second approval by the European Union, the Directive 1999/3 IC instruct member states on the foods and food ingredients that can be subject to ionizing radiation. Accordingly, only three food groups, namely dried aromatic herbs, spice, and vegetable seasoning can be irradiated and distributed in European Union member states. Thank you.
The regulation on the use of irradiation as a quarantine treatment is not applicable yet in Indonesia. However, harmonization on that regulation is being prepared by countries within Asia Pacific region which adopt SBS sanitary and phytosanitary agreement and regulation of WTO, World Trade Organization. It is necessary to stipulate regulation and control from the government in order to implement radiation processing effectively. The food producer as a user and operator of radiation facilities should follow the governmental regulation made. Good manufacturing practice or GMP and good radiation practice or GRP are prepared by related governmental institutions which also adopt to recommendation of Codex Alimentarius Commission about irradiated foods. Refers to this recommendation, Indonesia government has issued a decree on the use of irradiation technique for preserving 13 food commodities. Statement of the Ministry of Health Republic of Indonesia number 826/1987 and Decree of Ministry of Health Republic of Indonesia number 151/1995 as an amendment of the Annex Regulation of Ministry of Health Republic of Indonesia number 826/1987. The implementation of this regulation is described in the Decree of Director General of Drug and Food Control number HG 00.06.3.01976/19 and 93.
Food irradiation have both positive and negative sides. Information about irradiation had the most effect on people who initially viewed the new technology as very risky. The public policy issue will emerge if consumers put more weight in negative information more than the positive information. In addition, since the popular media often provides the both of a story, the description which created by the advocacy groups are widely available. This result suggests that when the advocacy groups indicate that the new food are safe, the consumers do avoid this food, even if scientific bodies say that these technologies are unsafe. From here, the consumers would pay attention to this type of claim, and the history of food irradiation suggests that promising new food technologies may well be stopped when the groups use this consumer susceptibility. Besides, there are also positive sides of the food irradiation, such as in the US, the US FDA claims that the irradiated food are safe. because they can devoid of any disease-causing microorganism, pests, and parasites. Providing a small amount of accurate information encourages the consumers to choose irradiated food over the conventionally treated food. Consumers have purchased irradiated food many times because of their satisfaction with the safety and the quality of the product. Several market research studies have reported that 58% to of consumers will buy irradiated food products after being satisfied with the safety and benefits of the food irradiation. A study conducted by the University of California found that interest in buying irradiated food among consumers was increased from 57% to 82% by just viewing a 10 minutes video of the food irradiation. Also, Bangladesh, China, and Thailand have already accepted the benefits of the irradiation food. Irradiation technology has enabled the import of fruits and technology and vegetable from countries into the US that were once prohibited due to the fear of importing pests along the produce.
Okay, this our presentation about food irradiation. We can conclude nuclear technology through gamma ray radiation can provide benefits for improving food quality. We hope that this presentation can provide an overview to the public about the role of nuclear technology so that it can foster a positive stigma in society about nuclear technology. And thank you for your attention in this presentation and stay healthy with good quality food.